So we are going to be having a look at X-Men 2, also known as X2, also known as X2 X-Men United. So I have a whole bunch of copies of this on DVD from a variety of countries, all with kind of different sleeves and stuff, which I've kind of, kind of quite liked. So we'll have a look at this one first of all, which is an Asian release. I'm not quite sure which country it's from. And I just liked it because it had a kind of a different sleeve on it. So obviously you've got the whole kind of what the ensemble cast there of X-Men, which is pretty good. We'll also have an Australian release, as you can see, just the one disc edition, and you've got a nice kind of picture of Wolverine and the Blackbird in the front, which is quite neat, and a few different graphics on the back. These are just your standard releases, so nothing too kind of special. Also got this one, not quite sure where this is from again. This one called X2 Evolution, so it's it's a country that has a slightly different kind of name change on it. So looks like it's again Asian based on the kind of the subtitles we have here, possibly Thai. So that is 3 versions on the DVD, but wait, I still have more. Next up we have this version, again with a different sleeve here. I mean, this is only a small little bag, but I really like just the red on Cyclops' visor there, just and a kind of a monochrome one. This is an Asian release. Then we have I want to say it's a French release. This one's got a Slit Case, and again, slightly different sleeve on that one. Then we had to get there, of course, the British release. This one's actually a 2-disc special edition that again comes with a quite a nice embossed slip. Would have been the initial launch. And I also have a double pack box set with X-Men 1 and 1.5, I should say, and X-Men 2. I try not to buy too many of these sort of things because they come up with every film, but this one I just sort of picked up for cheap. Staying with DVD, but also kind of maybe a little bit more special, we have this tin box set. This is, again, it's an Asian release, and not a steelbook. It's basically it's like a tin tray that opens up and you have discs inside. Again, fairly, not too common these days. I mean, I think it's the thing with DVDs, people kind of get rid of them and, forget about them, but I think they'll have their day. Moving on to some DVD steelbooks. The first one we're going to have a look at here is a European one, a 2-disc version. Obviously, you've got a nice shot of good old Wolvie on the front there with some of the characters behind him. Then we have a UK, sorry, this is actually, my apologies, it's a US version, as you can tell, just called X2 X-Men United. Possibly a retailer exclusive, not so sure of that one. And then as with the first DVD steelbook in the UK, we also have the definitive edition here in the UK, and this was, again, it was a later release, not when the actual film sort of came out. I see quite a nice different picture of Ian McKellen as Magneto on the front. So let's have a look at some Blu-rays. So we'll start off first with just the more sort of regular Blu-rays. Most recent kind of release in the UK had these slips from HMV. This one's got quite a nice slip of Nightcrawler, who was, one of the standout moments in X-Men 2. So it's nice to see him getting some love on the front there. Next up, you have a Slit Case from the States. This thing, I think a retailer had a bunch of these Slit Cases, and it's like different DVDs. You have your standard version of the UK Blu-ray, and you have also a version with a slip case. I suspect that's the same on underneath, however. So let's have a look at some steelbooks. First one we'll have a look at is the UK steelbook, X2 X-Men United. Quite nice. Then we have not a steelbook but a metal pack. We have again from the States, and again I want to say a retailer exclusive. And as for the first movie, I also have the Russian steelbook, which has a significantly different case, and as you can see here, is actually in a G1 style box, despite the fact that it is actually a Blu-ray rather than a DVD. So it's a Blu-ray steelbook, but in a kind of a large G1 case, as it's known. And yeah, I'm really happy to have that. It's probably one of my favourite items from the X-Men 1 and 2, these Russian steelbooks, because, you know, they don't come up that often. So that concludes X-Men 2. Any kind of collection X-Men stuff will be at the end of the kind of the run of films that they were in. So the first trilogy films will be in the kind of obviously the X-Men Last Stand and all of that. So make sure you check out my other X-Men collection videos, and thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.